Okay, we're going to be talking about RoC, or Reign of Chaos within Rise of Empires. What we're going to talk about today is the buildings. As you see, we have an Alliance Center. I talked about in another video that there's 4 of them. And then there's buildings that you build outside of them. You build them, try to build them in concentric circles in order to make sure that they are maximizing the amount of space that you keep your enemy away from your Alliance Center. But today we're going to talk about the actual buildings that do that. The first 2 is the Guardian Fortress. The Guardian Fortress gives troop resistance, and it makes it so it is harder to get through. And then the other is the Assault Fortress, which, as you can see, it does give a percentage to troop might, but it also it does some damage to the troops that are trying to get through to your Alliance Center. So those being the highest you can get them, the better it is for everybody, the higher you can get it. 10 is about the average for most people, but like I said, the higher 11, and of course Archduke gets 15. In the honor structure, you can see what buildings you have. You get 1 Assault Fortress and 1 Guardian Fortress, and that's only at your AC1. The other 2 buildings you can build at each one of the ACs. So you have a frontline workshop 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1 for each AC. Okay, so first I'm going to actually talk about the Coalition Base Camp, though. Coalition Base Camp does healing. I don't have any troops to heal. But it basically takes place, it replaces your medical tents for the purpose of RoC. So instead of when you attack any of the buildings or attack other people's tiles, then you will do damage to your troops. Or even when you take your own tiles, you'll do a little bit of damage to your troops. And this is where they show up. So you hit heal, and then you would just hit heal down at the bottom if you had troops. The other thing that they do is, as you are going up and taking tiles, you want to be able to take higher and higher level tiles. There's up to level 15, I believe. Tiles, but you have to start at level 1. So you start at level 1, you go to level 2, but each tile, I'll show you, level 1 tile has a rebel zeal of 0. So you can take 1, 2, still has the level of 0. Then there's a 3. 3 has 0, rebel 0, 0, and here's a 4 over here. Oh, wrong kind of 4. There's one. But you see, at 4, it has a rebel zeal of 200. Now you have to have a troop loyalty higher than 200 to be able to take that without doing massive amounts of damage. So that is what, so the higher level your coalition base is, the higher your troop loyalty. As you see, Salomon's troop loyalty is 1,000 with this particular one. Now you add them together because you have 4 of them. So the troop loyalty for each of your coalition bases adds together to equal your actual troop loyalty amount. But that also means if it gets damaged or destroyed by an enemy, then your loyalty base goes down, and you won't be able to take the same amount of tiles or the same level of tiles until you get that fixed. So that's what coalition base is. The frontline workshop, on the other hand, once you've taken those tiles, we'll go into territory and show. These are the tiles I've taken. I hit harvest, and that gives me a bunch of different kinds of resources. Those resources then have to be manufactured into the 2 different kinds of building resources that you need. Now I'm going to stop this so you can see it. Down at the bottom you have your materials to process. Those are all the ones that you got from hitting the harvest button. Now the first 3 on the left, food, ale, and rocks, are give you this kind of massive food thing, and that is what you need in order to raise your coalition base. That's the only thing that it raises. The other 3 buildings, the frontline workshop and the 2 fortresses, are with the last 3. It gives you these blocks. It gives you these blocks that are able to then be used in raising your frontline workshop. Alright, so, and it's showing, you see the arrow next to the frontline workshop in the picture? That tells you that it is ready to upgrade. The same with my fortress and my guardian. Great thing is that it also produces different regular resources. So this one is producing iron. That actually will produce both kinds of resources, but you don't get very many of them. This one produces the wood, you get marble, ale, and regular food. So that is your frontline workshop. That's all your frontline workshop does. The higher the level, the more it produces. And that is the buildings that you're going to get for... Now the one thing you might need to know is, how do I put those down? You have to be in the mode of in the outside world mode, and then hit build, and you'll see resource stations. You can ignore those for right now, and then you've got Reign of Chaos. You got your frontline worship. If you click on it, then it will bring you to where you need to go. So if I needed to do frontline, if I clicked on frontline workshop 4, it would go there. If I go to 1, oh, it won't go to it, but it would normally go to AC1 if I needed to build that. But I don't need to, and always remember to help your alliance members. So that is how you build them. That it's as easy as that. And that is building different kinds of buildings for RoC.